Check one, check two, check one, check two. You know, we had to get some kind of action in on this championship NFL Sunday. So if you're watching the game, go ahead and keep that on. Bring that volume down just a wee bit so we can chop it up and we can have a conversation. But this is what we're doing. We're going to be here for both games, Commandos and the Eagles, and the Bills and the Chiefs. So far, the Commandos are moving down the field on this Eagles team. This was an impromptu stream, but just wanted to tap in and get folks to pull up and see what we can get going on this Sunday. Let's see, we got some things we want to do here. Jayden Daniels, not surprising, has looked really good, really calm in the pocket. Almost threw a pick there. Dejon almost was able to make a play. Fourth down. Not field goal range, but good first drive if you're the Commandos. If you're the Commandos, it's a good first drive. Move the ball, hostile environment. McLaurin had a catch. You see here on the screen, we'll have the play-by-play here. We'll have some stats in real time here. They are going for it. 4th and 5. They are going for it. Let's see what your man's Cliff Kingsbury cooks up. Let's get that refresh going. Good play design. They get the first down. Your man Zach Ertz back in his former territory. He's talking greasy. He's talking greasy. Make sure we're all good here. Okay, we are good. Good with the audio on the stream. We like that. On your way in, feel free to hit that like button. We appreciate that. All right, so that'll be a thing throughout. Check 1, 2. All right, we back. Still a very impressive drive here by the Commandos, making that 4th down. Getting close to the vaunted red zone. We'll see how they do here. Dangerous pass, little flanker screen. 4th and 2. Are they going to go for it again? They went for it a 4th and 5, damn near in their own territory. Might as well go for it on in damn near outside the red zone, right? Might as well. We'll see what they do here. The R&D going for 4th and 2, just under 10 minutes in the first quarter. Let's see what Jayden Daniels cooks up, or Cliff Kingsbury to be specific. Jayden Daniels runs for the first down, nice and easy. Little 5-6 yard run on 4th and 2. Very impressive drive. Again, on the road, rookie QB, hostile environment, a team that is loaded on defense in the Eagles. Ferocious front line led by Jalen Carter. And they're not marching down the field, but they're getting yards and getting down the field and putting themselves in position. So very impressive opening drive. Even if they just come away with field goals, a field goal here, impressive drive so far. One thing we want to keep an eye on is, can they run the ball? so far it's been a matriculation down the field. Hasn't been anything like explosive. Hasn't been no big chunk plays or anything like that. It's just consistently moving down the field, kind of doing like what the Eagles do to everybody else in terms of we're going to do 4 downs to get these 10 yards. We're going to use all 4 downs. It's not just going to be an automatic third and whatever. We're going to just, punt if we don't get this done. No, we're going to use all 4 plays to get this first down. And that's kind of what they've been doing on this drive. Little out route to Jamison Crowder. Did they call that a catch? Nope, ball touched the turf. Ball touched the turf. It's going to be really interesting to see what exactly the Commandos' game plan is on offense. Is it really just going to be, it's going to take us 4 plays to get 10 yards, and we're never getting off the field on 4th down, as long as they're on the plus side of the field, of course? Is that the game plan? Because I don't think Terry McLaurin's going to go crazy. He'll get his because he's a top-tier number 1 wide receiver, but who's going to be the others? Who's going to be the others? Is it going to be a B-Rob game, Brian Robinson Jr.? Is it going to be Austin Eckler? Is it going to be a superhuman performance from Jaden Daniels? Who is it going to be that's going to step up here and be that person to lead these Commanders on the road against the Eagles? 4th down again. Looks like they're finally going to take a field goal here. Okay, yep, they're going to attempt a field goal here. They are inside the 20. I'm a little surprised. It's only 4th and 3. They've gone for it on 4th and 5. They've gone for it on 4th and 2. 4th and 3, they're not going for it. Zane Gonzalez lines up for the kick. I'm a little surprised that they're not going for it. I'm not going to hold you. Field goal is up. It's good. 3-0 Commandos are in the lead. I am extremely surprised that they did not go for it, because if you're telling me they went for it on that 4th and 2 where they were around the 30-yard line because it might be too long of a field goal for Zane Gonzalez in Philadelphia, which is not the easiest place to kick, I can kind of see that. But 4th and 3, you got Jaden Daniels. He just ran for the 4th down on 4th and 2. What's saying he can't run for another first down? I'm a little surprised. I won't hold you. I'm a little surprised they didn't go ahead and go for that. But 3-0 Commandos lead. We'll see what the Eagles offense has in store for us. Salute to those pulling up. Appreciate it. There's going to be a lot to go over throughout this entire thing tonight, because we have in one piece a potential coming of age, right? A rookie season like we haven't seen in a very long time. If you're an old head, you might remember Dan Marino back in the day. He had a rookie year kind of like this, a little bit more of a passing first type of thing. Obviously not a dual threat quarterback, but when you're looking at what Jaden Daniels has been able to pull off, Jalen Hurts, he's very polarizing. A lot of people like him. A lot of people don't know how good he actually is. He's a very polarizing quarterback. Who's going to take this division, this NFC East division going forward? Who's going to be the lead dog? We assume it's going to be Jalen Hurts because he's got the bag, he's got the talent around him, and he has the infrastructure that's been built to help him succeed. But yet we've seen some struggles. While Jaden Daniels has come in like a bat out of hell, and he's been lit from day one in terms of getting this Commanders franchise, not just the team, but this franchise, this organization, this fan base fully entrenched that they already know that he's the one. That's not something I think you could say if you're an Eagles fan with Jalen Hurts. Like, he's good. I don't know if you think he's the one. Like, he's going to be a top tier quarterback in this league, and not top tier in terms of he's getting paid like one, but top tier in the sense of not only is he getting paid like one, but he's up there as in he's top 5. Jalen Hurts is not top 5. So this could be a coming of age type of game when you're looking at what the Commanders can do if they're able to get this off on the road and get to a Super Bowl in year 1 with Jaden Daniels. Damn near unprecedented. All right, we got kickoff here. The Commandos. What are we going to expect from this Eagles offense? Is this going to be an A.J. Brown game? Is this going to be a Jalen Hurts game? Is this going to be a Saquon game? Jalen Hurts is surrounded by talent. He has a top-tier number one wide receiver, even though at times they seem like they're not on the same page. He has a top-tier running back, arguably in the MVP. Well, he's a finalist for the MVP in Saquon. Like, this is going to be very interesting to see what the game plan is with the Philadelphia Eagles. Feel free to tap in the chat. I should be able to pull those up if you want to get into it. Well, that was quick. Wow. One play, one shot, one kill. What the deal? Eagles take it to the crib and they house it off rip. And I guess we now know it's going to be a Saquon game. It's going to be a Saquon Barkley game. Hey, look, the Commandos have been absolutely trash on defense, especially running the ball. Hand the ball to Saquon and away we go. Touchdown off rip. EAGLES. Eagles. Saquon is the difference maker. If you're John Mara, how do you feel right now? If you're John Mara of the New York Giants, you allowed the HBO cameras into your facility and you allowed a scammer of a GM and Joe Shine, whatever his name is, allow Saquon to walk out the door without a contract. And now this man just housed it off his first touch, about to take the Eagles potentially to the Super Bowl in year one. How do you feel if you're John Mara? John Mara can't be watching this game today. He can't be watching this game today because 2 years ago, you thought you was going to be in this position. You thought you might be where the Washington Commanders are. We could have a young up-and-coming QB that has a coach that is putting up, a name and a credibility that is throughout this scheme. And yet, and still, you had to cut Daniel Jones after you overpaid him after one fluke playoff win on a season where you had the easiest schedule in the league. You're now questioning whether to keep Daboll and the GM who allowed Saquon to walk out the door. Now the Commandos in year one, new ownership, all new everything. Go get Jaden Daniels with the second pick. Didn't have to trade up, didn't have to do anything, just sat right there, let the Bears take Caleb. You go ahead and take Jaden Daniels. We good with that. And now you're watching the Commanders go on the road into Philadelphia and look competitive early on against your other division rival. Poverty franchise in the New York Football Giants. Absolutely poverty franchise in the New York Football Giants. I don't know how else to explain it. When you're looking at your two teams in your division, one you expect in the Eagles, but in the Commanders being that sign of all it takes with hitting on the QB. You hit on the QB, things get a lot easier in the National Checkdown League. What a surprising concept. You hit on the QB, your life becomes a lot easier. Yet and still, here we are with the Giants not knowing what to do in this upcoming draft with yet another high pick. And I have zero confidence in the Giants GM to get the pick right. Absolutely zero confidence. Saquon houses it. Eagles are up 7-3. Could this be a sign? They haven't even, literally first play from scrimmage. First play from scrimmage, Saquon made a couple of dudes miss. He hit the juke button, and he housed it. To the crib, opening drive. That has to be demoralizing for the Commanders. Your offense takes it down the field. Now, again, does this make us instantly question not going for it on 4th and 3 for the Commanders on that last drive? Settling for the field goal. Knowing your defense can't stop the run. Saquon gashed them both times in the regular season. Now you have a third chance to try to stop Saquon. And the first touch of the game, he takes it to the crib. You have to now figure out, all right, what's the game plan? And this is why the Eagles thing is so perplexing. That offense should be a machine because if you load the box to stop Saquon, I got A.J. Brown, who's a beast on the outside, and Devonta Smith, who's also extremely good. And we got Goddard, and we got and a really good offensive line. This offense, this Eagles offense should be humming, should be one of those offenses that put up 30 pieces every week, damn near 40 pieces every week because of the skill set of the talent of the players they have around them. Yet this is a franchise and an organization where we're not really sure. You could talk about Kellen Moore as an OC, you can do all that type of stuff, but ultimately, to me, it's like I'm not sure why this offense isn't dominant. I'm not sure as to why this Eagles thing can't be one of those greatest shows on turf type of offenses. I'm not sure why it can't be a prolific offense. It should be a prolific offense, but it's not. It's not. Oh, man. Let's see. How do you respond if you are the Commandos? This is a very important drive coming up for them. Extremely important drive. Commandos are trying to run the rock. That's a big first down run. That's a big run on third down to get the first down for B-Rob. Because with the way things are starting to look, you can't really, I don't know if I want to give the ball back to Philly right away. Momentum, playing at the crib. I'm not sure if I want to hand that ball back to Saquon right now. I don't want Saquon touching the rock for a long time. But I don't know if this offense is built on ball control. When you have someone that is a special type of player like Jaden Daniels appears to be, I don't know if you just want to ground and pound to try to play keep away from the Eagles. And the worst thing imaginable just happened. Fumble by the Commandos, and now the Eagles now have the ball again. Absolutely the worst thing imaginable. You're giving the ball back to Saquon now. Saquon gets to cook up. Saquon is going to cook these boys up. I can't believe. Just check this real quick. Give me 1 second. Man, this is going to be one of those ones in the sense of I don't know if ever there was a defining moment, like obviously still first quarter, a lot could be made of what exactly just happened. But ultimately, you have the Eagles that are going to be a problem, right? Saquon's going to be a problem. They haven't been able to stop him all season long. He just took one to the crib. You get the ball back. You get a first down on a short third and short. And then the next play out, Damani Brown. De'Ami Brown catches a short pass, gets stripped, and your man's Blankenship recovers the fumble. And not only is it going to be a thing of, Eagles got the rock now. Eagles got the rock in plus territory. They're already on the Commando side of the field. If they go up 14-3, now, again, Commandos went on the road against Detroit and were down, and then they were able to claw back. No shade to Detroit, but this just feels different. This feels extremely different. I don't want to go down 14-3. The defense is going to have to do everything it can to make this 10-3, if not force a turnover of their own. Trying to keep up here, but the streams are getting laggy. Okay, I think I'm back now. Okay. Timeout is on the field. They're about to get back to game action. Game 2 of this whole stream is going to be Bills Chiefs, estimated to be a 6:30 start. So tap in. It's going to be a long one today, but we're here for both games. We're tapping in. All right, Eagles come out the box. Dallas Goedert with a key catch. Okay, Damani Brown is you could tell he knows he might just cost his team, but it is what it is. We're getting back to game action, though. What you see with Jalen Hurts, he tried to hit A.J. Brown there on first down. Didn't really connect with him. Okay. Big chunk play to Devonta Smith. Salute to those tapping in. If you can tap in, I appreciate it. If not, it's all good. Whether you're watching this live on the replay, go ahead and hit that like button, all that type of good stuff. Very, very impressive job so far for the Philadelphia Eagles. They're kind of marching down the field. They're going for chunk plays, 20-plus yarder for Devonta Smith. Gainwell getting the touch, and they're already in the red zone. This is a dangerous moment for the Commandos right now. Very dangerous moment. A.J. Brown finally gets involved in the action. The Commandos on the ropes. I'm gonna go ahead and say the Commandos on the ropes. It shouldn't be illegal, but to have A.J. Brown and to have Saquon, who again houses it, takes it to the crib. Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns already in his first quarter. It could be scary hours very soon for the Commandos because they're not going to stop this. A.J. Brown had a good catch that got it inside the 5-yard line, and then being able to get inside the 5-yard line and just hand the ball to Saquon and let him do the rest. Hella problematic. Extremely problematic. If you're a Commanders fan, it's scary hours right now because A.J. Brown took it and damn near could have housed it himself, gets pushed out around the 3-4-yard line, and then they hand it off to Saquon. RPO, more of a mesh. He beats the DBs to the corner, and he gets it into the end zone. Yeah, Commandos are in trouble. 14-3. They march down the field. Again, I think that 4th and 3, there's going to have to be a question there as to why. Why would you go for the 4th down twice and convert both times and then be faced in a similar down and distance and then kick the field goal? You need 7s in this game because clearly after 2 drives, your defense has shown they're not going to stop the Eagles. You're not going to win this game with field goals. Zane Gonzalez is not going to kick you into the Super Bowl. 14-3, the Eagles are up. Saquon, is it 2 touches, 2 touchdowns? Let's see. Let's get an early box score on Saquon. Yeah, Saquon Barkley, 2 touches, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. Again, John Mara, your thoughts. John Mara is sick. He is sick right now. You let that man walk away. You let a scammer GM talk you into Saquon not being worth a market value contract. Somehow, the 49ers figured it out with Christian McCaffrey. Somehow, the Giants could not figure it out with Saquon Barkley. Interesting. 2 touches, 2 touchdowns for Saquon. It's going to take a Superman effort from Jayden Daniels. It's going to have to be on Jayden Daniels. No one has flashed for the Commandos outside of Jayden Daniels. They got Ertz involved early. McLaurin had that 1 catch on the opening drive. Damani Brown already showed you he might not be ready for prime time by fumbling. There's going to come a time where Jayden Daniels is going to have to pull the cape out. He might not want to pull the cape out, but he's going to have to pull the cape out. During halftime, we'll take a quick look at what's going on the timeline, see what folks are talking about over there. I'm sure there's going to be tons of clips and instant analysis and hot takes and people jumping out the window. But a lot of this stuff is going to be talking about Saquon and MVP talk, right? MVP, Saquon is a finalist for the MVP. And while a performance like this could sway the public, the votes are already in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would take... You would have to have one of those 2,400 type yard seasons to outperform a QB for the NFL MVP these days. It would take that type of an effort. But hey, 2 touches, 2 touchdowns for Saquon. All right, let's see if the Commandos have any response. All right, I mean, if you want to give the Commandos credit for sticking to the run game, you can. But like right now, with just under 3 minutes, coming up on 3 minutes left in the first quarter, if they get a 3 and out here, it is 21-3. Again, the Eagles are not Detroit. The Lions don't have the game breaker yet. I think Jahmyr Gibbs could be the type of game breaker, but that system doesn't really predicate itself to ground and pound. They do that more with Montgomery than with Gibbs. But I feel as though the Eagles will know to go for the death blow more so than what the Lions were able to do. The Lions just couldn't get the death blow. And they allowed the Commandos to kind of hang around, and then they eventually choked. But as it stands right now, this game could be a wrap. This game could very much be a wrap. And if it is a wrap, Eagles in the Super Bowl against either the Chiefs or Bills, you have to like their chances. Bills are not the greatest at stopping the run. Chiefs are good at stopping the run. You know, the Chris Jones factor is not something you could just poo-poo. But let's not jump the gun. Commandos have a chance. They're facing a 4th down. They're already at 4th down. They're trying to run the ball in short passing game. They're trying to matriculate down the field. They need a chunk play. They need a chunk play. It's 4th and 6. They're going to have to kick this ball away. 21-3, this game's a wrap. Jayden Daniels has pulled off a lot of comebacks. But 21-3 on the road NFC Championship game as a rook, that's a hard sell to me. And that pass to McLaurin, I'm catching the replay. That should have been a pick. That was a bad overthrow by Jayden Daniels. Under 3 minutes to play, coming up on under 2 minutes to play in the first half. And there's a good chance, depending on how fast the Eagles can move the ball down the field, that they're up 21-3 at the end of the first quarter. Then what the hell do you do? if you're the Washington Commanders. Oh, Lord. Oh, a fake punt. I respect that. That's ballsy. I'm catching the replay. Okay. So fake punt, they needed that in the worst way. Daniels gets sacked. Okay, now we got Damani Brown. Damani Brown redemption. Okay. The Commandos understand how important this drive is. They knew they could not give that ball back to the Eagles because they would have been down 21-3. Daniels gets sacked, but he bounces back. Big pass, finally a chunk play to Dyami Brown. Making up for the fumble, but still got more work to do. They need to get 7 here. They need 7. You cannot Zane Gonzalez the Eagles to death here. We'll see how that goes. Very good play design. Like the chunk play. And that's the end of the first quarter to try to run the ball with Brian Robinson. All right. So they got the chunk play. They're moving the ball. They're almost in the red zone. Commanders are in a must-get 7 situation right now. End of the first quarter, 14-3. Eagles are up. 2 touches for Saquon, 2 touchdowns for Saquon. Jaden Daniels looks good. He might not have enough horses with him to win in this spot on the road, but we'll see. Good yak after the catch for Dyami Brown. They're not running the ball on the Eagles. Brian Robinson is not getting it off. This might have to be an Austin Eckler type of game, where you get him in the screen game, get him in some kind of action. That straight ahead, outside zone type stuff, that's not going to work. That's not going to work against this Eagles defense. If you're going to get anything off, it has to be a versatile back. Brian Robinson is not that. You went out there and you gave Austin Eckler a bag. I think you need to invest in getting the ball into Austin Eckler's hand because he's tougher than people think and he's shifty. All right, so let me know your thoughts. End of the first quarter. Do you think it's a wrap? Like I think it's a wrap. Is this a must get 7? Not just must score, must get 7. You need 7 here. Because your defense has shown they're not going to stop the Eagles at all. 14-6 does nothing for the Commandos here. It needs to be 14-10. I wouldn't even be mad if they go for 2 to get this thing 14-11. Like, you need to stay within striking distance. Because the 7s are going to continue to come for the Eagles. Unless Kellen Moore gets cute and doesn't want to run the rock like he should, maybe he lets you back into the game. But if they just keep hammering them with Saquon, knowing damn well you can't stop it, you need to put 7s up. 3s do nothing. It's not basketball. 3s don't mean anything today. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can set this up to get another screen in here so we can look at the timeline as we're add a screen, media. I don't want it to do that, but let's see. That's that screen. Then we got this screen. Okay. So in that screen, we want to go, bear with me, we're going to fix this on the fly. Customize. All right, we'll fix that at halftime. We'll keep this thing the main thing. Okay. De'Ami Brown. He's trying to work in De'Ami Brown. First play of the second quarter. Huge drive here. Huge drive for the Commandos. I think you go for it on fourth and whatever. Again, 14-6 to me is not a win that you can accept. Unless you're telling me it's 4th and 9, 4th and 6 and under, I'm going for it. 4th and 6 and below, I'm going for it. Fourth and 10. All right. That probably means, I guess you have to take the 6. You have to take the field goal here. But that's a loss. That's a loss on this drive. You get points, so you'll have some of the old school heads that say points is points. You take points however way you could get them. And some of those throws, some of these incomplete passes, especially to De'Ami Brown, those are misses. Those are big misses. It's not like those are close receptions or close incompletions. No, those are just big misses, overthrows and all of that. So whatever plays Kingsbury's cooking up, those ain't working. All right, they take the 3, 14-6. That to me is a loss for the Commandos, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I am under the belief that if the Eagles go down here and score again, and it's 21-6, to say the Commandos will be in the danger zone is an understatement, right? A complete understatement. You want some stats here? I'll give y'all some stats in real time. Saquon Barkley in the first quarter against the Commanders this season, 16 carries, 200 yards, 12.5 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. That is insane production. Absolutely insane production. That sums it up. 200 yards in first quarters over 3 games, 12.5 a pop, 4 tutties. 4 tutties. That's courtesy of Ben Standig on the Elon app. Let's see what other stats we got. So if you didn't catch that stat, I'll run it back. Saquon Barkley in the first quarter against the Commanders this season, 3 games, 16 carries, 200 rushing yards, 12.5 yards per carry, 4 of them things, 4 tutties. All right, Eagles got the rock. They're running Saquon. Wouldn't you? He finally got the touch and did not score a touchdown. He's got 3 carries now and 2 touchdowns for Saquon. It's all happening. It is all happening. There will come a point in time where we will discuss Nick Sirianni and that whole dichotomy with him and Jalen and AJ. It's this weird triangle thing that's going on there in Philly. But right now, as long as they keep running the rock and throwing the ball to AJ Brown, as he just hit him again for another 15-yard, hey, this offense is humming. And I don't know if that has more to do with the Commanders' defense or just the fact that the Eagles are cooking up. Probably a combination of both. Probably a combination of both. But right now, it is not looking good. It is not looking good. Get A.J. Brown his targets. And you see they showing Saquon with the calf. Got the massage gun on the back of the calves there. Yeah, I know my stream is behind, but that's why I got this here to keep up. I got 2 streams going on. One is slightly ahead of the other. So either way, we're covered. So if I miss something on the one stream, I check the other stream. Yeah, they're getting whatever they want. You know what? All the stuff I've been saying, if the Commandos could actually get a stop here. Now, again, you don't want to Zane Gonzalez the Eagles to death. I mean, to get a tutty here is 14-3. But it depends on if the Commanders can actually get a stop. Interesting how this game is being officiated. They're showing multiple replays of the A.J. Brown incompletion where you could argue there was some contact there. Big third down coming up for the Commanders defense. Big third down. What's this, 3rd and 7? 3rd and 7. Gainwell is in the game. Gainwell gets the touch. Okay. Passing downs, you're more likely to see Gainwell in the backfield and not Saquon. I'm assuming on this 3rd down, Saquon will be back in there. First down, Eagles. Dallas Goedert. You key on Saquon. You key on A.J. Brown. You keep an eye on Devonta Smith, and then boom. Oh, we forgot about Dallas Goedert. That's why this offense should look like this every single week. And then for whatever reason, they have not. I'm sure Sirianni has his thoughts as to why, and I'm damn sure aware A.J. Brown has his thoughts as to why. But yeah, this Eagles offense should look like this every week. They should be moving the ball on any and all defenses every single week, just like this. Jalen Hurts should look like a guy that got paid the money that he got paid. A.J. Brown should look like a guy that is a top 5, top 10 wide receiver in this league. Saquon should look like a top 3 player in this league. Like, this is how this is supposed to work. The way that Goddard shook off those tackles to get some more yak on that 3rd down was huge. Another big 3rd down, but 3rd and 1, you know what's coming. And even if they trick it off on 3rd and 1, you know they're not tricking it off on 4th and 1. 2 downs to get 1 yard. You got Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. Have a blast. Good luck trying to stop that, especially 2 plays in a row. Good luck trying to stop that. I mean, if you're the Commanders here, you need to we can only give up 3s now. We can only give up 3s. We can't keep giving up 7s. Just like the Commanders offense needs to be thinking 7s from here on out. Commanders defense needs to be thinking we only need to give up 3s from here on out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What do you do? What do you do? Kenneth Gainwell gets the touch on 3rd and short. Not even Saquon, not even Jalen Hurts with the touch push. What do you do? I like the fact that they're going hurry up here. Oh yeah, they got to fix that. Ah, okay. That's where they're getting that. Okay. Saquon's still on the bench. Kenneth Gainwell's been getting the plays. They're going a little hurry up, or not necessarily traditional hurry up, but no traditional full huddles. Like half huddles, Here's the play call. Keep the Commanders from not being able to sub and keep it going. Is this a legitimate injury for Saquon, though? Oh, I see Saquon back on the field. Okay, we're good there. Philly timeout 3rd and 6. Knocking on the door again. Commandos, 3 or less. That's all we can do here. 3 or less. It's a win. If you see Jake Elliott trot out to that field, it's a win if you're a Commanders fan. I will say this, the brief times that there's been nobody open for Jalen Hurts, the Commanders are playing their pass rush lanes or their contained lanes very well. Very, very well. They're not allowing Jalen Hurts to just roll out of the pocket and reestablish a new pocket. They're keeping him in the original pocket, maybe stretching the boundaries a little bit, but they're containing him. They're doing the QB contain. The handful of times where A.J. Brown's not open or Goddard. Big 3rd down coming up. Frankie Louva with the sack. They're going to hold them to 3. That's what they needed. That's a huge win now. Asterisk is there, right? Saquon wasn't on the field. If that's going to be the case, man, no Saquon in the mix could be a problem. Clearly, right? I think they can get by the Commandos if for whatever reason the Saquon thing is actually serious. Okay, well, Saquon was out there for that last one. Okay. That's huge. Saquon was out there, and Louvu still got home. Louvu got home. Saquon was out in the flat, but Hurts had no time to see him. Okay? That's a huge play. That in itself is a win for the Commandos right now. Yeah, nobody picked him up. Tight end was supposed to maybe it's supposed to slide over. Maybe. Commandos take a timeout. You wanted to see Jake Elliott hit the field, and now we got Jake Elliott hitting the field. Huge sigh of relief. Now, for whatever reason, he tricks his kickoff. Now we got a game. Now there's 0 points, and 14-9 looks a lot better now than 21-9. 17-9 is not horrible. Wait, I thought he called timeout before the kick. Oh, Jake Elliott missed the kick. I thought they called timeout prior to that. Oh, it's a game now. It's a game. Halftime, we'll hit the timeline, see what's going on in the Elon app. Jake Elliott has a problem connecting from 50-plus yards. That sack from Louvu now really brings things into perspective, because prior to that play, Louvu, the Eagles were under, that field goal would have been under 50 yards. And Jake Elliott specifically has been struggling from 50-plus yards. So that's a huge play with Louvu. And if you're a Commandos fan, you're actually getting something out of Marshawn Lattimore. Like, look, A.J. Brown is tough to stop. But part of the reason why they made that in-season trade for Marshawn Lattimore is for a matchup like this. Like, don't let A.J. Brown cook us. We're bringing you in so we don't get cooked single-handedly by A.J. Brown. It's going to be hard enough to stop Saquon. We can't have A.J. Brown running around in. Lattimore's battling. I'll give him that. He's certainly not going to lock A.J. Brown, but he's at least battling. Huge missed kick there for the Eagles. More information about Jake Elliott and his struggles. Elliott is 1 of 8 on 50-plus yard field goal attempts this year alone, including the postseason. 1 for 8. That's a hell of a stat. For a team that's trying to get to a Super Bowl and we see so many games come down to a kick, to know that your kicker is 1 for 8 from 50 plus, that could be something to keep an eye on. And that's why right now, if you're the Commandos, it's going to be my theme the entire game. I need 7. 7s. We roll in 7. Stop these 3s. I mean, they're starting to move the ball a little bit here. Hey, momentum is on the Commando side right now. You see how quick that pendulum could swing? Jaden Daniels needs to really take advantage of his legs here. Like, the Eagles are not going to put a spy on him. I don't think it's going to get that egregious. So he's going to have lanes available to him. If he could get outside the pocket, he's going to have opportunities. Brian Robinson, things are loosening up in the run game for B-Rob. Dink and dunk down the field. It's working. And as long as your defense can only give up 3s or hope to keep pushing Jake Elliott to 50-plus yards out for these field goals, that could be a thing where you can keep yourself in the game. But this dink and dunk stuff, you're going to need some chunk plays at some point. You're going to need some chunk plays. Big third down, 3rd and 3. Are you going for it if you miss it here? 3rd and 3? Do you go for it on 4th and 3? Is it 2 downs to get 3 yards? On the road, you gotta. I would do it. With that quarterback, knowing he could run, I mean, that's the whole point of having a dual threat quarterback, is that even on these types of plays where it's 3rd and 3, this guy can escape, even if it's a pass, and that if you call a pass, he can get out of the pocket and make something happen. That screenplay was really bad on 2nd down. That was a really bad screenplay. Scary Terry McLaurin, Tutty, Commandos. They get the 7, or do they go for 8? Do they go for 8 and go for the tie? Do you go for the 2-pointer on the road? Or are you just happy being within 1? When it was looking like you might be getting your doors blown out 21-3. They go for 2, they fail the 2 points. Okay. Terry McLaurin broke about 3 tackles and then just out-sprinted everybody. That's a man. That's a grown man play from Terry McLaurin. They don't get the 2-pointer, but the Commandos put up 6. They don't put up 7. They try to put up 8. They don't put up neither. They put up 6, 14-12. Eagles are up 2 points halfway through the 2nd quarter. This game is a lot closer than it looked like 15 minutes ago. 15 minutes ago, Saquon had 2 touches for 2 touchdowns, and A.J. Brown was cooking. Now it is 14-12. 14-12. You see how this thing could shift? And I already see the discourse online. folks are already putting stuff on Jalen Hurts and all of that. I'm not going to co-sign that. We'll get into some of that during halftime, but people are already on that type of time. People are already putting that blame on Jalen Hurts. But this Eagles defense, which is supposed to be one of them ones, they let Terry McLaurin just run through their whole secondary. They tried to get the rock to Austin Eckler on the two-pointer. I think that should be something, like I spoke about not that long ago, of just get him in a regular flow of the offense. Salute to those tapping in on the stream. Salute to those that are texting me while I'm streaming about the stream. Don't be scared to pull up. Go ahead and pull up. Hit the chat if you want. We could have a discourse back and forth. I love the back and forth of this game. The last thing I wanted was a blowout today. The last thing I wanted was a blowout. And there was certainly an opportunity for it to be a blowout if the Eagles could have put it home 21-3. 21-3, I think we all would have been looking for, like, all right, when does 6:30 get here for Bills Chiefs? Now we can actually lock in and dissect this actual game. The schematics, the flows, the ebbs and flows. Now we can really tap in. Now we got ourselves a game. It's lit. I like it. I like what the Commandos are doing. Let's go ahead and just scroll through the box score. You're looking at Jaden Daniels already 12 of 21, 117 yards and a tutty. QB rating of 88. Look at that. B-Rob, 7 runs, 22 yards. Not really a lot on the ground there, but a commitment to the run. Daniels has taken off a couple of times. Those were not designed runs either. Eckler's getting some touches. Scary Terry. De'Ami Brown had that fumble, but he's trying to make up for it. They got Zach Ertz involved early, kind of calm some things down, but you have to like what you have seen. Now, if we're looking at the Eagles, let's be real. Jalen Hurts, 7 of 10. You see where these targets are going. He's hitting, he's targeting A.J. Brown. You like that. Devonta Smith, only 1 target. Gainwell's had a couple of catches out the backfield, a couple of targets out the backfield, things of that nature. Dallas Goedert. Like, A.J. Brown's going to get his. Who's going to be that next guy? If the Saquon stuff, I'm not saying they can stop it. The man has 3 carries and 2 touchdowns. Right? So, and clearly there could be something going on with his calf. There could be something that he might have to be battling through that for the entirety of the game, right? If that's going to be the case, somebody on this Eagles offense is going to have to take the lead here. If it's not going to be Saquon, and we don't know, right? We don't know. But A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith is starting to get active. We see it here. Devonta Smith is starting to get active. I asked for somebody to get active, and now Jalen Hurts hits Devonta Smith. That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. This low key is a very big drop for the Eagles now. Because how many drops is that in a row? We're talking about this. Yeah, the Commandos have scored every time they touched it, except for the fumble. So this Eagles defense has not stopped the Commandos yet. Problem is, the Eagles have not been stopped yet. Saquon's out there. He gets a touch. Okay. Did they get that? Oh, yeah, they got that. Okay. Tush push. Okay. Anytime you see 3rd and short, you already know what's coming. This is a big drive for the Eagles. getting close to halftime, you could, in theory, if you get, if you really get that run game going, you can milk this, and this could be the last possession of the first half. Battling some lineman injuries. I don't think people understand the pain these players go through to play this game that we all love, but the fact that the replacement for Jason Kelce has a knee brace on, and they got to coach him up on the sideline to push through the pain. Then he has to go and do that play, which I don't even want to imagine the pain of doing that Philly special, that Philly tush push special. I don't want to imagine that pain. But anyway, they get the conversion, which is all that they really care about. Anyway, so Hurts now starting to get some scrambling going. Again, if you are the Commandos, the goal is to stop them from getting past the 30. Or whatever the number is. What's that, 17 yards? So get them to 35. Stop them from the 35, because at 35, that means it's a 52-yard field goal. And I gave y'all the stat earlier that Jake Elliott is 1 of 8 this season on field goals of 50-plus yards. So the whole itinerary should be, A, we need to keep them from hitting the 35. 35 and out. So that way we can get that field goal as close to 50 as possible. Because Jake Elliott right now has got some shit going on where he can't make a field goal 50-plus yards out. 1 of 8. Including today. 1 of 8 this season, 50-plus yards out. In a sport where we've seen how many countless games be decided by a kick. And the link is not a great place to kick at off rip. And now you got a guy that can't make a 50-plus yarder. But then you can hand the ball to Saquon and he just rips off chunk yards. It's just kind of like, all that is cute, but if you just keep giving the ball to Saquon, he's going to put up 7s. You won't need 3s if you keep giving the ball to 26. Give the ball to 26. Where we at with Saquon now? Where them yards at? $77 yards on 6 carries. So if we take away the 60-yarder, he's got 5 carries for 17 yards. That's pretty good if you're the Commandos. But the problem is you gave up that 60, though. Fourth and 5 from the Commandos' 45. They try to hit Saquon at the backfield for third down. What the Commandos going to do? That's definitely not, got a punt, right? And they'll have some time left. Can you imagine? There was a point in time where we thought this game could be 21-3. Eagles, 21-3. And depending on what the Commandos do on this drive, they could be up 5 or up 1. Crazy. If they get the touchdown, 19, go for 8 to be 20, and the math, the analytics might say to go for it. The blitzing on third downs is working. Whatever they're doing, blitzing on third down is working for the Commandos. And it's not like the blitzers are coming free. These are free blitzers. So the hot route or the check at the line, I don't know what it is, but it has to be something. Oh, they went for it on 4th and 5. Let me catch it. Oh no, that stream already passed it. All right, let me see this. Let me see this play to AJ. 4th and 5, they win for it. They don't trust their defense either. Oh, he had AJ. And I was on Lattimore, right? Yep. beat Lattimore one-on-one. Like I said, it's a battle. It's a battle. That's huge. And that's why you have A.J. Brown. And that's why it's asinine that the Titans gave away A.J. Brown. Yeah, he just muscled him off the line. Huge play. And that's why you have him. Good throw by Hurts. That right there is all the reasons why you go get your QB a dominant number one wide receiver. Hi, Baltimore. All right, let's see what we got on the timeline. Man. It will be interesting to see what the narratives are with this game. This is why it's fun. It's fun because narratives are going to be crafted off of the results of this game, right? So you're going to have either the Eagles' narratives are going to be confirmed, right? The whole Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, is there an internal beef there? Man's just reading novels on the sidelines, and then the numbers skyrocket after being publicized last week. Like all that stuff. Sirianni and Hurts, is there an issue? Is there a problem? Kellen Moore, OC, what's that about? All those narratives can be confirmed if the Eagles take a L today. If the Eagles win, though, all those narratives get flipped. See, they internalized their issues and worked through it, and they came out better on the other side. Like all the narratives get flipped right upside down just off the strength of the outcome of this game today. That's how narratives get crafted. That's how narratives get built off of the result. They choose whatever the narrative is going to be after the result of the game. Eagles win, it's Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown against everybody, against the world. It's Sirianni against the world, including Philly fans. It's all those storylines you get to write now for the next 2 weeks heading into the Super Bowl if the Eagles win. If the Eagles lose, it's Sirianni has one of the greatest records of, the first couple of years of a head coach ever. But should he be fired? Jalen Hurts, we're paying him like he's elite, but is he actually elite? All that type of stuff. It's narratives get crafted based off outcomes, not off of actual factual analysis. All right, they're running Saquon. I mean, that should be what it is every time. A.J. Brown, pass to A.J. Brown, run the ball to Saquon. That is my offense if I'm Kellen Moore. There's no reason to get cute. There's no reason to get fancy. There's no reason to get no trick plays. If it's third and under 2, we know we're going to do the tush push for 2 plays to get that first down. Like, it's a very elementary scheme. This whole thing is like Madden on rookie if you have the Eagles. I'm going to run the hell out of the ball with Saquon. When I can't do that, I'm going to play action to A.J. Brown or just run go routes with A.J. Brown. And then if it's third and short or fourth and short, I know I have one of the most unstoppable, if not the most unstoppable play in football history with the tush push. Again, 7s over 3s. Close play to Goddard there. Goddard wanted to call. Yeah, you're not going to get that. You're not Kelsey. If that was Kelsey, probably get that call. At least Lattimore is able to stop him. Lattimore might not be able to stop. Oh, damn, he hugged him. Oh, maybe Goddard should have got that one. Maybe Goddard should have gotten that. Wild. Absolutely wild. False start, back them up. Third down. Third down. Commandos, you can only give up a 3. Too bad it's not 50 plus yards out. You might could say Jake Elliott could miss this kick. Third down. You can only give up 3. You can only give up 3. Oh, man. Yikes. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Pass interference, dog, on a third down. First and goal at the 1, so it happened in the end zone. Let me catch the replay. I mean, and it was Lattimore again, too. I'm going to need another replay. And Lattimore and A.J. Brown are getting into it. Your big in-season trade acquisition is getting cooked. He gave outside release. I mean, was there contact? Yes, but Devonta was slowing down and also fighting, hand fighting. It was a bunch of hand fighting. I don't think that's pass interference. I don't think that's pass interference. But it is what it is. I don't think that's pass interference. There was hand fighting on both sides. Lattimore was losing his balance, and Devonta Smith was able to take advantage of that. But goal line, we know what's going to happen. Unless the Eagles get cute here, it's either going to be tush push or Saquon. Okay, so touchdown, A.J. Brown, and that wasn't Lattimore, was it? Helmet has come off. There's definitely some flags being thrown. Saquon now is John. A lot of talking. Okay, so by the way, Jalen Hurts scored a touchdown. Yeah, Lattimore. It was Lattimore and A.J. Brown. Those two are gonna. It's beef. It's beef. Yeah, it's going to be a problem for Marshawn Lattimore today. It's going to be a long day for Marshawn Lattimore today. By the way, the Eagles are up. Scored a touchdown. It's going to be a long day for Marshawn Lattimore. Eagles go for 2 and they fail. Let's see. What's A.J. Brown doing? 3 catches, 57 yards. He's been targeted 5 times. I'm going to assume those 5 targets are all against Marshawn Lattimore. They try to get Devonta Smith. Like, they're attacking Marshawn Lattimore. Because even on the Devonta Smith one that set up the first and goal, Marshawn Lattimore was in coverage. So clearly the Eagles are not afraid of going after, on paper, the Commandos' best DB. Their in-season trade acquisition from the Saints. When your best DB is getting targeted, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Extremely long day if your best DB is being targeted. I'm interested in what y'all think about that tush push on the 2-point conversion. That one's a little... I like going for 2. I don't like the play call on going for 2. I don't like the play call of the tush push. It's one of the few times it's been stopped. So, I mean, salute. They didn't get enough forward momentum. Good shot with the overhead. Good shot with the overhead camera. 20-12, Eagles are up. 20-12. All right, let's see. I know the Elon app is going to be crazy with that one. I don't understand the 2 point conversion. I really don't. I'm not. Someone explained that math to me of why the 2 point conversion. I'm not getting the math there. I don't have the analytics. Someone explained to me, and then running that 2 point play. Luvu jumped the snap. I'm looking at some of the replays on the Elon app. Luvu jumped the snap. Timed it perfectly. Was able to get over the top. And that kind of stopped the 2 point conversion. And now on that, what was that? That was a fourth down play, right? That fourth down play to A.J. Brown on 4th and 5. They're showing replays where Saquon was holding, clear hold on Saquon on Luvu. Luvu's been a difference maker in this game. Interesting play call there. I'm not sure what you do if you're the Commandos there, because your number one DB is getting cooked. He's being targeted, not just by A.J. Brown, but by Devonta Smith. So the game plan is attack Marshawn Lattimore. Then you got to deal with Saquon running. Then you got to deal with Jalen Hurts running. Tough spot. Extremely tough spot. All right, well, Jaden Daniels has a $144 to, in theory, go the length of the field and try to get some points before half. 2-minute offense, 2-minute drill. You're going to need a chunk play or two to get yourself in field goal position. Good job with the Fox crew highlighting all these interactions with the Eagles and the Commandos. Good job by the TV crew here, highlighting all the battles back and forth, all the extra activities. Good job there. That was a 12-play drive, 72 yards. Eagles needed that. They got away with one on that 4th and 5 with Saquon on the hold. Oh no. Oh, the Commandos. They can't help themselves. Did they get it back? Oh, he just took that shit. Wow. Damn, Commandos. 2 fumbles. Is it still the whole thing of every time they touched it, they've scored? Yep. Every time they've touched it, they've scored. But they've given the ball away twice. Nasty work. Can't win on the road like that, son. 2 fumbles. All right, well, now the Eagles get called for holding. They wouldn't call that holding on 4th and 5, but they'll call that holding on 1st and 10. I mean, the first 2 games. No turnovers the first 2 games. Now they've committed 2 in the first half. Fourth and 5. That will be one of the talking points tomorrow. That will definitely be one of the talking points. It's the fact that Saquon Barkley was holding Luvu, which gave Jalen Hurts just enough time to throw his dime to A.J. Brown, who was continuing to cook up Marshawn Lattimore. Dickerson, the Eagles center, he's hurting. He's hobbling around out there. He wants to stay in this game. Jalen Hurts with a run. He's going to crib that? Oh, they call holding. Okay. They call holding on back-to-back plays? What's going on with this play-by-play? Okay. So that was a play that they missed. Yeah, and Dickerson is the one that committed a hold, and he's the one that's hobbling around out there. What was it, on Bobby Wagner? Yeah, that was on Bobby Wagner. Yeah. Yeah, that was a blatant hold. Man's just hobbling around. I don't know who the backup center is, but that man needs to get loose. Third and 10. Third and 10. Commandos could get out of this with just a field goal. Again, these are wins. These are all W's. These are all W's. Man, Jalen was running for his life. That was crazy. Third down, though. What do you cook up? Do you do third and 10? Use this to get some yards, 5, 6, 7 yards to set up a fourth and short, and then just go for that, or are you just going to take the points? Because if you're going to take the field goal no matter what, then there's no reason to even do anything crazy on third down. Yikes. The Commandos are falling apart. Let me see this unnecessary roughness. Let me see this in real time. It was a screen. Oh, that's not unnecessary roughness. That's not unnecessary roughness. That's not unnecessary roughness. All right, so they missed a hold on Saquon. To me, that's not. I mean, that's not unnecessary roughness. I'm sorry. I'm not rolling. It's the hardest Saquon's been hit the whole game. I'll give him that, but that's still not unnecessary roughness. Bad calls. That's two bad calls. It's an instantaneous play. Saquon is heading out of bounds. The DB comes over and delivers a hit after Saquon had already took one step out of bounds. If you're going to give me letter of the law there, then you also got to give me letter of the law on that 4th and 5 when Saquon was clearly holding Louvu on that pivotal fourth and 5. So home cooking for the Eagles right now. That was such a bad call. Then Saquon up the gut, gets it inside the 5. All right. All this back and forth, all the drama in between, and it could be an opportunity where the Eagles are up 15 going into halftime. All this back and forth, all of this ebbs and flows of, coulda, shoulda, woulda, missed opportunities, missed chances, all that stuff. And the Eagles could still be up 2 touchdowns heading into the half. It's a whole lot of pomp and circumstance signifying nothing if the Eagles are up 15 going into halftime. Jaden's been marinating on that bench a long time. And I think Eagles get the rock first coming out of the half, right? Eagles get the rock first, I think, of that third quarter. So Jaden going to sit for a minute. Every time I say the Commandos need to stop, they either get the stop or they give up a touchdown. So we'll roll the dice again here. Commandos need to stop. hit this Elon app. Let me see what's going on over there. A lot of points are being made about last week when Lamar was tackled like 2-3 steps out of bounds and he slid another 3 feet, how that was not called. But this Saquon call, where he only took 1 step out of bounds, is being called. And Jalen Hurts throws it to A.J. Brown, TD. Was it on Lattimore? Can't see if that's on Lattimore. Touchdown Eagles. They could be up 16. Catch that replay. Is that Lattimore? Not Lattimore. Didn't matter. Eagles are going to go to the Super Bowl. We could just go ahead and talk about that right now. 27-12. Humbling experience. Yeah, 27-12. During half, we'll take a little break, and then we'll come back, and we'll get this second half popping. If it's even worth the second half, we may just pull up just for Chiefs Bills. We'll see how this goes, though. We'll see how this goes. We may run it back for Chiefs Bills, but 27-12. We'll take a little break, and then we'll see how things go with the second half. But if that second half is a microcosm of this first half, then we'll probably go ahead and take a longer break and tap in when Chiefs Bills are ready to go at 6:30. Hopefully by then I'll be able to figure out some different things here that I could do to get this more popping. But yeah. Bruh. That is crazy what they're. If you look at the numbers, Elon app is going crazy, by the way. There's going to be a lot of narratives around that late call out of bounds. There's going to be a lot of narratives around that late call out of bounds because if you go back and watch that Lamar play where Lamar is like 2-3 steps out of bounds, he's tackled from behind and is thrown a few feet, and that was a no call. And then Saquon takes 1 step out of bounds and the DB that's coming full speed hits him, and then this 15-yard unnecessary roughness penalty. After not calling Saquon on 4th and 5 for holding, I'm not going to say the fix is in. I'm not going to say that. But I know there will be some people that will say that. All right, so here's the plan. We'll finish out this first half. I'm going to take a break, get some grub. And if the game gets close, I'll jump back on. If not, then I'll tap back in at 6:30 for Chiefs Bills. We'll do it like that. So yeah, they're just going to run out this clock. Okay. Taking it to the half, 27-12. If you're the Commandos, obviously the 2 fumbles are costly. If you want to look at some stats real quick, Jaden Daniels has not hurt this team. They have not been able to run the ball. They've targeted Terry McLaurin only 3 times. 2 of the times he's gone through for 43 yards. The offense hasn't been the problem per se. They've been very conservative. There hasn't been a lot of chunk plays. The main thing, I mean, one of their chunk plays is a fake punt. So, I mean, that kind of puts things into perspective, right? Eagles, however, 6 targets, 4 catches, 61 yards for A.J. Brown. Most of those were on Marshawn Lattimore, so much so that they had to switch. And even when they switched, A.J. Brown gets a touchdown on the other DB. Saquon, first 2 touches were touchdowns. He's been 7 carries for 25 yards since. This game really comes down to the fumbles. Because if we do the drive summary, they fumbled, they've gotten touchdown, they got 1 touchdown, then they fumbled again, and then they got another touchdown. So they've gotten 14 points off of fumbles. Points off of fumbles. Points off of fumbles and you're down 15. Y'all could do that math. And Jaden Daniels gets a long runoff. They're trying to get points here. I applaud them. I thought they were just going to like damn near kneel on this shit and take it into the locker room, but they're trying to get points. I mean, it's going to be a long field goal. Like they can, they could get points here before the end. Huge run, chunk play. Jaden Daniels, 19-yard run. Yeah, that's just him scrambling. Like I said, somebody's going to have to just put the cape on. And Jaden Daniels does all that, and he gets out of bounds. Yeah, I like it. You're going to have to do superhuman things to overcome the turnovers, which are not yours, and the fact that your defense is having a hard time stopping the Eagles. Your others are letting you down. That means you got to put the whole squad on your back and get it done. I mean, they're definitely in field goal range now. Ertz has been a factor. I don't know if Yahoo's getting this correct. Why is Philly taking these timeouts? Nah, son, you got to go for the field goal here. I mean, they're trying to get some short yardage. So now you got to go for the field goal. 27-15. That's a huge drive. Huge drive. There's a faint sign of hope if you're a Commandos fan. But that's all Jaden Daniels. Again, it still holds true. Every time the Commanders have touched the rock, they've gotten points. But like we've also been saying, these threes ain't going to do it. These Zane Gonzalez threes ain't going to do it. He's got 3 of them in this first half. Only 1 tutty. All right, so plan is still in action We'll take a break. If this gets good late, we'll jump back on, leading into Chiefs Bills at 6:30. But that's the plan here. We'll ride this out, see what we can do here. If this gets close again, we'll then jump back on, and then we'll be ready for the main event. The main event is Chiefs Bills, and we all know that. So main event is Chiefs Bills. This has been a good undercard so far. There's been some moments, been some exciting plays. There's been some energy on both sides. Halftime. All right. I'm going to go ahead and log off. I will catch y'all if this game gets close. If not, I will jump back on 6:30 for Chiefs Bills, the main event.